Hey everyone, it's Kute here. Hope you're well. You know, we often are sold this concept in books and in seminars and in the field of spirituality that, you know, it's all about the thoughts you think. It's all about the thoughts you think. So, oh my God, you have to think a positive thought. If you don't think a positive thought, oh my God, the boogeyman's going to get you. Life, things are going to happen. You know, it's just, what are you going to attract to yourself unless you think positive thoughts? And then I've seen people get freaked out about, oh my God, I had a negative thought. And now they're just living in fear about having a negative thought. And it creates such stress and such, I'm kind of joking about it, but you know, I've seen people get so stressed out, so freaked out about, wow, this negative thought I had, and oh my God. And now they're just being negative about their negative thoughts. Now they're doubly negative, so they're doubly screwed, so to speak. I feel like I want to just clear up a certain myth so that you can just get this, you know, understanding. It's not so much about the thoughts that you think, because so often, you got to understand this, so often the thoughts that we think are just conditioned programs that are running. And literally we're having 65,000 thoughts a day. If it was all about the thoughts that you thought, and about thoughts becoming things, and everything you think becoming a reality, you know, if our thoughts really became, if it was that simple, then we would be in deep trouble. Because, you know, you and I, if we were to open up our brains and have to confess half of the thoughts that we thought all day long, it would be pretty scary. And, you know, aren't you glad that some of the thoughts that you're thinking actually don't become reality or nowhere close to it? So here's what I'm saying. It's not so much the thoughts that you think that are important. It's not so much the thoughts that you think that are important. What's really important is the importance you give those thoughts. What's really important are the power that you give those thoughts. What's really important are how you feel about those thoughts. I'll say it a different way. What's really important is your relationship with those thoughts. Having 65,000 thoughts a day generated in the mind, there's only so much mind control you do. And for those people, for those of us out there, and Lord knows I have tried to control my mind. But what I found was the more I tried to control my mind, the more out of control it get, the crazier I got. You try and control your mind, it's like impossible. But what you can do is actually cultivate a relationship with your mind. What you can do is embrace the mind and cultivate a relationship with the mind. And that's why I say it's not so much the thoughts you think, but the importance you give them. What thoughts are you giving importance to? Take a look in your life. What thoughts are you giving importance to and charging with your feeling, with your energy? Because that is what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference. You see, the mind is a mechanism that is constantly selling you things. I often say the mind is like a crazy Rolex salesman who's selling you a Rolex watch or selling you some kind of jewelry. And you walk down your street and there's a guy or a girl selling you a Rolex watch, and he comes up to you and he says, hey, I have a Rolex watch, it's like $15,000, but I'll give it to you just for like 500 bucks. And you buy this watch, you take it home, and guess what you find? The watch is fake. And you're like upset. Next day, you walk down the same street. Guess who's there? The same guy. He says, hey, follow me. You know, I have a Rolex watch this time. This time it's real. And you look around and go, okay. And you buy it again for 400 bucks. And sure enough, it's fake. Third day, guess who's there? You know he's there. Guess what he's selling? He's selling you a watch. You buy the watch. You take it home. Guess what? It's fake. We're often constantly being sold fake goods, fake belief systems, fake stories, fake programs that are tapes that are playing from our childhood, from things our parents said, from things we've been bombarded and conditioned and hypnotized by the media. We've been sold so many things, and our mind is selling us these thoughts. Are you believing them? Just because a thought is in your mind doesn't mean it's fact. Just because a thought is in your mind doesn't mean it's true. Just because a thought is being thought inside doesn't mean it's real. It's so important to take a step back and cultivate a whole different relationship with your thoughts, with your mind, where you can take a step back and observe the thoughts. Observe, because if you buy into those thoughts as real, if you buy into those thoughts as fact, those thoughts will take you on a ride. In case you hadn't noticed, those thoughts will take you on a ride called suffering. Called suffering. What's really important is how you feel about those thoughts, your relationship with those thoughts, the importance you give those thoughts. So take a look at some of the thoughts that you're thinking. Take a look at some of the predominant thoughts that you're thinking that flow through your mind, and look at what impact are they having on you. And take a step back for a moment and question them. Because in the moment where you can take a step back and question yourself, question those thoughts, you start to realize, oh, I'm not those thoughts. I'm not those thoughts. Then there's a space. And in that space, you will find that a profound freedom lies. And you can just begin watching thoughts float by with no real issue, no real problem, no real challenge. So know this, it's not just what you think about, it's how you feel about what you think about that really is going to make the difference in your life and in your actions. Observe the mind. Know that the mind is going to sell you a bunch of fake stuff. And how much longer do we need to keep buying the same fake stuff? Because buying those beliefs, buying those thoughts, most of which aren't really real and have no reality, gets expensive and costs us our freedom, costs you your vitality, your joy, your aliveness. So do not mind the mind when the mind tries to play its tricks on you. So when the mind tries to sell you stuff, do not mind the mind. Observe it, leave it behind, and move forward into your freedom. Love you lots. Love now. See you soon.